Okay.
Good morning and welcome to Coffee Chat with David and Kylie Knight.
Hey, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Today is Friday, June 11th, 2021.
Yeah,
Yay!
it is. We are glad you are joining us today. If you are with us live, be sure to use the hashtag, even if you're watching on replay, use the hashtag Hello Nights and hashtag Cup of Awesome.
That's right.
And then, of course, our new one, which is In My Mug.
Yeah.
Hashtag In My Mug. Let us know what you're drinking.
Mm-hmm.
We are rocking the coffee blend. Is this Java? The last of the Java?
Is it the Java?
I think it's the last of the Java.
We were sad to hear that Kofi cannot get more Java at the moment, so we just got another bag of Rwandan,
Yes.
which was our first love. So that's okay.
It's our first love, that's right. And then what if they're watching us on YouTube?
If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe, so make sure you get all of the fun coffee chats and other things going on our channel. But if you want to join us live, we would certainly love to have you. We're on Facebook at 10 a.m. Central on Fridays, so come join us. You can find us at Night Illusions. Just search for us there, David and Kylie Night Illusions. That's right. And you can join the conversation. We'd love to have you.
Absolutely, because we can put the fun comments up like
this.
Michael Ainsworth. Good morning, sir.
Hey,
good to see you.
Hey, Michael.
And then, of course, be sure to like and share, because sharing is caring.
That's right.
And we love to let other people know what's going on. Now, of course, I mentioned our coffee addiction with Kofi.
Yes.
And we do love Kofi around here, made by Jared Co., which is why it's Kofi. But anyways, they are one of our sponsors, so let's roll that beautiful bean footage. Now, I have to say, I sometimes feel bad about showing that little clip and talking about Kofi so much, because it's really only available in the DFW area.
Yes.
Yeah. But if you're in the DFW area and you want to get some amazing coffee, hit us up.
Or if you're coming through.
Or if you're coming through, oh, that's right. You could pick up a couple of bags for yourself, take them home.
Oh, so good.
Fresh roasted goodness.
Yeah.
So,
and because he only roasts enough for those who have ordered.
Yeah.
So it's not like weeks, months old like you'd find on the grocery shelf.
Fresh.
That's like already stale or pre-ground. It's whole bean, freshly roasted, just for you.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's like manna from heaven.
Ew. Yes.
Just enough for that day.
Yes. Almost.
Almost, yeah. Sometimes. Well,
give me more.
So it's been about 2 weeks since we had our last coffee chat with Jason Collins.
Last week.
Yeah, we took the week off. We've got some projects we've been working on, and so we've kind of been deep into all of that. Joshua St. John, good morning. I'm late, and all I heard was, if you want coffee.
Yes.
What roast level is it? I think it's a medium roast.
Pretty medium to mild.
Yeah, but it's such a good roast. I'll have to ask Jared about that.
Yeah.
But
I know it's not a strong roast.
Yeah, well, and here's the other thing though, is he literally hand roasts every batch.
He does.
If you've got something you're interested in, we can hook you up.
Oh yeah.
And he's got great beans.
Oh, they're so good. It really is.
And he always treats it with love.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain he's putting a little bit of love into it.
A whole lot of love.
And Daryl Allen, didn't come up there. He says, I have a Christian friend who is grand opening a new coffee shop in Fort Worth today. Chris Parvin at White Rhino Coffee. Well, congratulations, Chris. We need more. We need more good Christian coffee shops out there.
Absolutely.
Or just good coffee shops in general. But
yes, we do need good coffee shops. I wish they were easier to find on the road. You never know what you're going to get out there.
That is true.
It's tough.
That is true. But we might have to take a trip to Fort Worth and check out White Rhino. So,
absolutely.
Who knows? That might be a new future coffee chat interview that we need to have.
Maybe, yeah.
So, hey, Daryl, can you hook us up? Introduce us to your friend. We'd love that.
Yes.
Let's see. Joshua St. John. COVID turned me into a coffee snob, and I've learned I like medium to dark roasts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Well, congratulations on that.
Now, the question is, how coffee snob are you? Are you pour-over coffee snob? Are you, are you never step into a Starbucks coffee snob? I've met those people.
Yeah. We're becoming those people.
We are slowly becoming those people.
It's only because you kind of know what you're going to get, and you can find them easily on the road. With that app, it just makes it so easy.
Yeah.
They've got that drive-through. Yeah, it's an iffy one.
Well, and I'm not going to lie. I'm a sucker for anybody who's got a program where I can earn points. And they've got great design and marketing.
They do.
I'm a sucker for all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So we earn way more stars there than we should.
On the road.
On the road, that's right.
When we're at home, they won't see us.
No, that's true. That's true. We never. Well, unless Jared is out of coffee, and then we have to go there and get the blonde roast espresso. If we don't
plan well enough with our coffee, and we run out of beans, Jared's not roasting until for another few days. He doesn't have any available, and then we're like, well, we're going to have to go to Starbucks and grab a bag.
But the blonde espresso is not awful, and we bring it home and roast it. Brew it here.
Okay, what else we got?
Joshua St. John, I have a Chemex and an AeroPress and grind my own beans and have a scale. Wow, you are full core. Nice. I love it. We're not even that coffee snobbish. We're coffee snobs, but we're not quite that. So I don't know if we'd have the time to do all of that.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. I applaud those people who do it though.
I could see us getting to that.
You think so?
But we love our coffee machine.
I think I'm getting a gift.
Where did that come from?
What you said? Never mind.
He's dreaming.
I am dreaming. Coffee dreams. Well, anyways, so what else? Is anything else interesting going on?
What's going on?
It's
always when we go live, I'm like, I don't know what we're doing.
Exactly. It'd be nice if we planned some of these things out.
We don't.
We do. We work hard on planning out our guests and all their, questions for that. But for our own stuff, it's like, we'll make it up.
We don't know.
We'll figure it out as we go
and start talking until we're like, okay, we're done talking.
Right. Oh, this is nobody cares about this except for me. But I wrote my first article as president of the Dallas Magic Club.
Very proud of you, Mr. President.
That's right, Mr. President. So I got to send this in and make sure it gets into our little newsletter so people can read all my important thoughts.
Yeah.
And Joshua St. John, I know I sound like a broken record, but definitely will be debt-free in July. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. You should celebrate that. You should celebrate. That is beautiful.
High 10 for you.
Someday we will be debt-free.
Yes.
It won't be in July.
Someday.
But we're working on it. We've made some mistakes in the past that we are overcoming, but it's okay, right?
Yeah.
Life is about that. Michael Ainsworth, just wing it. Oh, believe me, we do.
We do.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day. And then Daryl Allen says, I think there should be a First Lady article.
Daryl, I thought we were friends. Really? Why you got to go like that?
We'll be lucky if she shows up at a meeting. Called you out on that one.
You did. Right on live. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well,
where's that counselor gone?
Chad might be able to help us. Let's be honest.
Yes, our wonderful guest.
Should we get to our guest?
I think so.
I think it's time. So I met our guest today years ago. In fact, I was thinking about this morning, and I don't even remember exactly how we met. I just know that we kind of connected immediately, and he's just got such a great heart and a phenomenal story that you're going to hear shortly here. But we've kind of been following his journey for a while. He's got some really interesting things coming up, and I saw it, and I'm like, hey, we need to have Chad on. Yes. So I hope you guys will welcome our friend and now yours, Mr. Chad Barrett. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Hey, I got my coffee ready, but I don't have the right kind in there. I don't have Kofi. I need to know how can I order a bag of Kofi? Does he mail it to you?
He doesn't mail it, but you know what? I'm sure we can find a way to hook you up. You're not far. Maybe we'll bring it back down to you.
No, I'm not that far.
Yeah.
Hey, I like it. We'll have you come do a show, and then we'll have a coffee bar set up there with it. We can sell. Hey,
I like the way he thinks.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
This is why we're friends.
That's right.
So
and also throw in a free marriage counseling for you too. If that helps. Yeah.
Okay. So
that's hysterical.
So we're canceling the Sunday show and bringing it down.
Oh, you're fun.
I love you guys. You're awesome.
What is in the mug? What kind of coffee are you drinking currently?
Oh, I don't know if I want to say. I don't know if I should say. This may be sinful. I mean, well, it's AGB. So any of
Okay.
your non-Texas listeners won't know HEB because it's only a Texas thing, but it's a French vanilla HEB. But I'm with your friend Joshua St. John.
Mhm.
I'm a dark roast fan. But this
Okay.
is what I'm drinking here is not dark roast.
Uh-huh.
But I'm a big and Chemex. I've had Chemex made coffee and it's fantastic, just
Ooh,
fantastic.
so good.
So if
Absolutely.
you
Good
haven't done that, you got
news.
to try it.
When you do come up to Dallas soon, okay, we are
Well,
getting a
3
HEB.
years.
We're getting 2 or 3 HEBs up in the North Texas area.
Sweet.
Eventually. They've
Sweet,
just
yeah.
broken ground,
Yeah.
and they say it's going to take like 3 years.
Well, it's 2 years, I guess. 2023.
I
is
don't
when
know
we get
why it's going to take quite so long,
But it's worth it. I love HEB.
so do we. Every
I'm
time
telling
we're
you.
down that area, we're like,
Yeah.
yes!
Yeah. You ought to do a show from HEB. Maybe they can sponsor you. Talk
funny
about them
story.
enough.
I actually we had a conversation with them about 2 years ago about
Yes.
doing some stuff for some grand opening things they were doing. It just didn't work out timing wise, but we
Yeah.
had that conversation. So
We would love to.
Man,
It'd be fun.
that's right.
that'd be awesome.
Well, cool. Well, hey, thank you so much for joining us today. We are super excited to have you on,
Yes.
and we've got a lot of great questions. So, shall we get to them?
Yes, we should. So tell us your faith story, Chad. How did you come to know Jesus?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm one of those where I trusted Christ when I was a kid, little kid, probably 5 years old. My dad has pastored for probably almost all my life. He's still pastoring. So my mom and dad shared the gospel with me when I was a kid, and I realized who Jesus is and what he did for me, and placed my trust in him. So that's really it's not one of those I was in prison and cocaine addict and God saved me out of being a murderer and whatever. It's not one of those fantastic testimonies that really catches people's attention. I was 5 years old. I'm sure my mom probably thought I would be a murderer one day, by the way I acted around the house sometimes at such a young age. But
Oh, that's funny. But no, that's a great story. I love that,
It is.
and I think it certainly plays into how your life kind of developed, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I think that early age coming to know Christ is and we've had a lot of conversations like that on the
We
show
have.
where people come on with stories similar to that. Of course, we've had the opposite side of it,
Right.
the drug addictions and all that
Yeah.
sort of stuff. But we love all those stories. They're all great.
Yeah.
Real quick, we've got some comments coming in about coffee that we have to get to. Fun fact, dark roast is generally lower in caffeine. And Michael Ainsworth liked my coffee black and strong.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
good. Very good.
Absolutely.
So there you go. Well, so like I said, your early story kind of plays into your life, and you
Yeah.
spent 20 years full time as a pastor.
Mhm.
What did you love most about that, and what was the hardest thing for you to leave behind?
Wow, that's like asking a pastor what's his favorite verse. There's just so many. So many. What I enjoyed most about pastoring full time, and I'm glad you clarified that first of all, David, because people say, you're not a pastor anymore. So well, yeah, I am. I just don't get paid for it. So
Right.
really investing deeply in the lives of people. That's something that I miss having the time to do, and I'm working on things to be able to do that more. So really investing deeply in the lives of people in counseling, in discipleship, mentoring, that sort of a thing, and also preaching. I enjoy presenting truth to people and encourage them to stand on truth and to follow Jesus and to walk with him. So those are things that I enjoyed most and I missed the most.
Oh, yeah, I can
Mhm.
appreciate that. I can appreciate that, and I love the fact that you recognize that there's a big piece of that investment into people. I always get a little concerned when I see people online or whatever talk about, hey, that's my pastor, but it's somebody who they've never actually spoken to, or somebody who they only go and see on Sunday mornings, when they're up on stage, and they're not actually invested in their lives. And I understand the sentiment that they're going for, but
Right.
I think a true pastor's heart has that investment into people's lives, and I love that you
Very
have
relational. Yes, absolutely. So, were you going to say something? Sorry.
Oh, it was freezing up a little. Frame was freezing up a little bit. But to kind of piggyback on what you were saying, it's so true. And obviously, a pastor is unable to invest in the lives of every person in his congregation. If he has 200 people, but he can invest in the lives of a few and teach them how to invest in the lives of a few. And then you have it's that multiplication that you see all throughout Scripture. So it's and I want to get back to doing that. I changed careers here about 3 years ago, and I'm working on some projects to be able to really get back into that. So I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, I love that point about it. Yeah, trickling down, that's how it should be. That's why Jesus had his 12. And it's like, I'll teach you, and then you do the same. So, yeah, perfect.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, Chad, you and your wife wrote a book called When She Sings, God Dances. It details your journey with God as you dealt with your child, Christina's battle with cancer. What were the biggest lessons you learned during that period?
Yeah, that's a great question. That was an interesting book to write. Probably the biggest thing that I learned from that is we can believe whatever we want to believe. And for some reason, we often default to believing the worst about something, especially something that looks like it's going to be a negative impact on our life. And maybe it's because we're trying to prepare ourselves for the worst, which there's a truth to that philosophy, but we end up telling ourselves, well, what if this bad thing happened? What if this bad thing happened? What if it gets worse? And during those years where our daughter battled cancer, it's difficult for a parent not to have those what ifs. Well, what if she dies? What if my family is destroyed from it? What if everything? What if life just falls apart? So probably the biggest thing I've learned is, who told me to believe that? Who told me I have to believe that? Who told me I have to believe the worst? And for anything in life, whether it's doing what you guys do, which is so amazing, going full time, doing what you're skilled and you're passionate to do, that can also be scary, right? I mean, it's being an entrepreneur and going on your own but instead of believing the worst, why can't we believe the best? And the thing is, for a believer in Jesus, we can believe the best. I know this sounds cliche-ish, but we can believe the best and trust Christ for the rest. And I know it's a rhyme, and you can. Oh, that's great! You can put that on a bumper sticker or a T-shirt, or you can put that on a coffee cup. It's. But what I mean by that is, we can believe. And here's what I believed. Here's what I learned with writing that book, and during those years with Christina, I chose to believe that God was going to heal her, and that she was going to be delivered from cancer. But I also chose to believe the truth that even if he doesn't heal her, his grace is still sufficient for us to, what I like to say, thrive and not just survive in our life. And it's true, his grace is so sufficient, more than I ever could imagine. The biggest thing that I took away, my wife and I both took away from those times.
Yeah, wow, that is. And it's it's interesting you bring that up, because I'm in the midst of reading a book right now called I Am a Creator, and it in fact, literally this morning as I was reading it, one of the chapters talked about that idea of believe in the best, right? Like I mean, why do we think that things are going to turn out bad? Why can't they turn out good? Or and so I love that you highlighted that point. So sadly, in 2014, Christina did pass away. Naturally, you and your family went through a period of depression and anxiety, which is a journey that you detail in your latest book, as you just mentioned, Thrive, Not Just Survive. Coming out on the other side of such a struggle, what advice would you give to others facing a similar situation to encourage them toward a place of thriving?
Yeah, so I wrote that book because I was the one that struggled with the anxiety and depression for many years, actually, even before Christina was ever diagnosed with cancer. And so the way the story is, here's a guy, a pastor who's supposed to be, encouraging and there for everybody, and I'm wrestling with my own issues of anxiety, panic attacks, and severe depression, and I storyline all of that in the book. And then I have a daughter who gets cancer, and then she dies. And humanly speaking, I shouldn't be alive. The what I learned during those years, and it wasn't me teaching me, it was a handful of people who spoke truth into me. I call them grace-filled truth tellers, and who use God's word to speak life into me. It didn't happen overnight, but one of the biggest takeaways, and this is true not even for people who struggle with anxiety and depression, but everybody, is that we are off the voice of truth, the voice of Jesus, which is life transforming, can easily, catch me clearly on this, can easily be drowned out by too much noise and distraction. Now, that doesn't diminish the power of Jesus's voice. What it does is we choose to listen to three other voices instead, and I personify these voices in the book: the voice of fear, the voice of shame, and the voice of guilt. And these are the three things, and one of them is usually louder than the others, depending on a person's personality or their experience, what they're going through. But these are the voice of fear says, David, Kylie, you're not gonna make it if you keep trying. You're gonna die if you try. You're gonna fail. So it's not gonna work. Be very afraid, and you might as well just give up. Voice of shame says you're just not good enough. You're not worthy enough. People aren't gonna like you. They don't like your show. You're going to get bad reviews. You don't measure up, so you might as well just give up and fail, because you're going to fail. Or the voice of guilt says you're broken, you're dirty, you're rotten, you're sinners, you've messed up. I know what you did yesterday, so you might as well just give up. And obviously those are lies, but the thing is, and the truth is, and the scariest thing is, this is what I put in the book, is those are the voices that you tell yourself. You speak to you more than anybody else speaks to you, and that's the biggest thing that I learned. And when I grasped that truth, that this is not some external somebody else may be telling me that, but I can choose to believe it or not, right? But when I begin to tell myself these things, I am not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, I'm never going to make it, I begin to believe it. And those, I choose to listen to those voices instead of listening to the voice of truth, which comes from Jesus and through his word. And he says something so much better. It's something so much better. And it's life-giving. And not just life-giving. One of my favorite verses is John 10:10. I have the thief comes to kill, steal, and destroy, but I have come that you will have life. And not just life, but my life in you, an abundant life, an everlasting life, an eternal life, one more drop in the cup overflows kind of a life. So it was a process of learning, of developing another habit of learning to replace the thoughts of truth instead of listening to and thinking on lies and negativity. Wow. Probably the biggest. It sounds simple, but it's the biggest thing. Yeah. And I love watching Chosen. I don't know if y'all seen those episodes, but there's a line that Mary Magdalene says whenever Nicodemus comes to her and says, "What happened?" And she says, "All I know is I was one way, and now I'm another, and he's in the middle." He's the one who stands in the middle. So, that's the biggest takeaway from me.
That's a huge takeaway.
It really is, and not an easy one to come to realize. And I think it's easier knowing that you're not alone going through that. A lot of people struggle with those same negative thoughts going through their head at some point or another, right?
Well, and I think
absolutely,
too, part of the problem is if you listen to those voices, and if you don't have other voices speaking into you, you'll start to self-fulfill those voices, right? You'll start to sabotage yourself into a place where you are all those things that you think you are, as opposed to listening to the one who created you and tells you who you are meant to be. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, if you keep telling yourself you're a failure, then you're going to live like a failure.
Right.
But if you tell yourself, I'm an overcomer, and that's true because Jesus tells us our faith in Him, we are overcomers, then we can live that kind of a life. There's an author I like called Ed Welch. He's wrote several books on this topic, and I'm going to butcher his quote, but he says something to the effect of, worry is like, or anxiety and worry are like fortune tellers or false prophets, where they'll tell you the truth, but it's a lie, and you end up believing the truth. They'll tell you the thing that can tell you the future,
right?
And that the future is bleak and then it's bad. But Jesus says something totally different.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Well,
listen to his voice instead.
Yeah. And hey, if you're out there, this is just a small snippet of the type of wisdom and passion that Chad can bring to what he does and to your event. So touch base with him, get him to speak at your camp, your event, your whatever, where you need to inspire people. Because I got to tell you,
pick up his book, bring him in, and have him speak to your group.
We're going to put the links to the books in the description. This is so good. We appreciate this so much.
Thank you, Chad.
So you've given us some really deep answers to some tough questions. We're going to shift gears now and go into something a little more fun.
Yes.
That's our lightning round that we call. Whoop! I don't know why my little thing is not working. Our little lightning round that we call 5 questions.
5 questions.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Good.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Question number 1. What are you binge watching right now?
The Chosen.
Yes.
Season 2 came out. So
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, what better to binge watch? We just got finished binge watching all the Marvel movies in their chronological order because my wife hadn't seen them all. Yes. So that took a while, but now we're steeped into The Chosen. Fantastic episode.
It's very well done. Very well done. So, if you could have any other job than the one you have right now, what would it be?
Any other job? Okay. So I'm a licensed skydiver. So my dream job, if I could do anything else, I would be a videographer skydiver. Like I'm the one that jumps out and videotapes you while you're jumping out and having all the fun with the instructor and all of that. Yeah, that's all you do all day is just jump out of planes and help other people have fun with their experience. That would be fun.
That would be cool.
It's on my to-do list.
Yeah.
Not on mine. I'm afraid of heights, but
and we can make it happen, Kylie. We can make it happen.
All right. Yes. All right. What is
Skydive Spaceland Dallas? There's my little plug for my favorite drop zone.
Nice. Yeah, they're good. What is your favorite to-go order?
Chinese.
Anything in
Chinese.
particular?
Oh man, General Chow's chicken.
Okay.
With hot and sour soup and an egg roll. Or if it's Thai, I like pad ki mao. I'm a huge Thai fan. I love spicy food. I'm from Louisiana, so Thai food. Pad ki mao is a good one. That's one of my favorites.
Yum.
Now I'm hungry.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
What are you reading right now?
I am reading. Wow, I got it right here. I am reading the E-Myth Enterprise by Michael E. Gerber. He's written several books. E-Myth. You ever heard of the E-Myth series?
Yeah.
Fantastic guy on small business and I'm a small business advisor, so I work a lot with small businesses and owners and CEOs and looking to start my own side business here soon and so learning a lot. Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, we just read the E-Myth Manager.
I'm still finishing up E-Myth Manager at the moment, actually.
Yeah.
Great book.
Yeah. Oh, excellent.
Okay, final question. They decide to make a movie of your life. Who plays you?
Well, I don't know if anybody would want to see it. Let's see. Who plays Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean,
But
or David Knight? David Knight plays me.
I can't grow the beard. That's the problem.
No.
I'll shit. I read that Tom Cruise is the same height as I am, 5'8",
Oh,
5'7"
there you
and
go.
a half,
Okay.
5'8". So hey, we can get Tommy in there, and he can. I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
I love it.
Yeah.
He wouldn't mind.
No,
Yeah.
he would. He'd be down for it.
Thank
I've
you.
seen him
have to
jump
cut
out of
his-
planes.
That's true.
He'd
Yeah.
have to let his hair grow gray and stop coloring it. That's what he would need to do.
They can probably manage that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it was
Well,
fun.
Chad, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Mhm.
This has been such a pleasure.
Oh man, I love hanging out with you guys. Y'all are a lot of fun. Great couple.
Shucks.
I can't wait to see your show. We're gonna bring you down to Austin. We're gonna have a big time. We're gonna have Kofi
Yes,
served
we'll bring
everywhere.
coffee with us.
And yes, we're gonna
I
do it.
love it.
We're
Let's
gonna
make
do
it happen.
And then we'll jump out of a plane.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. Well, sir, you have a fantastic day, and we will be in touch soon.
All right, thank you guys. Y'all
Thanks,
take care.
Chad.
Bye to all your listeners.
I told you he was a great guy. I knew you guys would love him. He's fantastic. He's just got such a great heart, such a joyous
Amazing
spirit.
guy.
Fantastic.
Mhm.
Fantastic. Speaking of fantastic guys, next week we have Greg Steer, who is the founder and owner of Dare to Share Ministries.
Mhm.
And man, wait till you hear some of the stuff he's got going on, and some of the things they are doing to help get the gospel out into the world.
Amazing, amazing stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to want to be tuning in. That is next Friday, June 18th, 10 a.m. right here on Facebook.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So invite your friends to join.
Yeah. And then if you happen to be in the Chicago area, we're coming there this weekend.
Yeah, we are.
Sunday we will be in Naperville, Illinois at the Compass Church,
Yes.
the new location for the
Brand
Compass Church.
new Compass Church, new location.
Yeah, the South Naperville campus. So we're excited about that.
What is that, their fifth?
I think it's their fifth or
sixth
sixth. Yeah, I don't know.
campus?
They're an amazing church. We got a
They
chance
are
to work
great.
with them last month. She's also last May. Last
right.
month, and they invited us back. So who
Yeah.
knows?
Very excited.
All right. Any other thoughts?
That's all for now. I hope that you all have a wonderful week.
That's right.
And I guess we'll see you next Friday.
On Coffee Chat. Bye.